Ah, that shouldn't be there. I honestly need to wipe this down. It got pretty messy yesterday. I just have a lot of hair lately. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tiebreakers at Worlds. I think it's a three-way tie, so I think this is the first of three. I believe it's a three-way tie for first place, which means that I think the top two teams actually get out. So this is elimination team game. Next game will be an elimination game. And then I believe the final game will be deciding brackets. I don't know what they get for getting first instead of second. But more importantly, it's like, you know, once the players hit the field and the champions, how do they play? A lot of people actually believe being seeded is actually a nerf. Because it's very true that the level of play can even develop throughout a tournament. Okay. Everything seems fine. See that? Now that's just a misunderstanding of where the safest place to recall would actually be, which would be like somewhere close to that flag on the top right hand side. Oh, you guys can't see my cursor, can you? Anyways. But yeah. That's one of the things about side lanes you should remember in principle. Is like the reason why you put like you put people to safe farm in like side lanes is that you can literally put them on a wall where there's like no jungle. So hip being directly underneath the turret was just like you should have just path right more. I hate that too, you know. When you're playing against a really quality opponent with a really long range ability, you're like, where do I recall? It's like far. You recall far as fuck, bro. You run. You try to survive. Okay. That is a really quality MF ulti. Everybody was seeing me ultis, it doesn't even matter. Oh man. I want yeah. This is fair. Like that's where most people would aim their most legitimate players. Like if somebody's playing Zoe at like a high gold level or platinum, chances are you're gonna aim like right around somewhere around here, right? This is the idea, that you'd aim your skill shot right around there. The second one's pretty crazy. Let me roll that back. Yeah, BDD. I'm still like lost my mind because Def built IE second at Worlds, and I think it broke me. I think I got devastated. How are you supposed to like? Oh, here. Just center myself up. How do you? What? Okay, so like in case you don't know, Infinity Edge is going to be an item that has a passive that increases your critical damage. So every time you crit, you deal more damage on your crit. But that's only if you have 60% crit. So when you build IE, you typically build it third in your build because the passive doesn't pop. Long story short, one of the best ADC players in the world just didn't like build correctly in a game, or he like I don't know. Mistakes were made. Pretty crazy. Heal, exhaust, barrier. Making that map super safe. Yeah, BDD took over the game with those 2 kills. 2 turrets mid. The economy slipped hard. Because it's not just the 2 kills, it's the power play you get off that, right? Because they were relatively late kills, they were around the 20-minute mark. Alright, let's see. Didn't give her second item, though. We actually have 2 items Syndra, and there isn't 2 items Zoe. Yeah, we shouldn't have bled the dragon so easily, but this is what happens when you have incomplete information because they're sweeping so much off the map on them. See, this is also something that I particularly saw when I was watching a lot of like really high level Chinese solo queue. Is like they just like Farsight, it's almost never used, but then they run like 4 Oracle Lens. But I guess once you have the lead, Oracle Lens just means that like it gives you priority on face checking brushes. That was a good pick though. They knew how they were going to use the Oracle Lens and they abused it super hard. But they're still playing against some of the best players in the world. Okay. Ribbit. Oh no. I hope that person's shouting at someone on their phone. Okay, the people outside of speaking in a reasonable tone now. That's good. That's amazing. Yeah, TL is one of the teams where you think specifically they might just like start popping off because they just weren't able to play as like a 5-man player team for properly for a long time, and that had to do a lot with the management and coaching issues that were going on inside of the team. But that is to say, like, you might not necessarily be a bad coach, but it's definitely true that in the power dynamic, the coach has, I don't know. It's hard. What do you do? I don't know, maybe just let Alfire carry you as a coach. I don't even know who the coach is right now. Like, that happens in jobs and positions sometimes. You're just like, oh, I've created such a good team, like, I have nothing left to do. And that's normally like a management position, not a coaching position. But like, if you're going to be someone like a... Yeah, if you're developing talent, then you have the best talent in the league. It's really hard to like... There might be a week or a month or two, like a whole season, where you're just like trying to figure out how you might develop your talent further because nobody's gone that far before. Makes you feel useless. Because the truth is, you aren't providing any use at that point. Everything's going into theory, developing theory, being experimental. Of course, you should be lacking confidence. You should be surrounded by a lot of failures for a bit. Or you hone in on something. Who has a smite fight? We stole it. Okay. That's good. The third dragon isn't a death knell, but the truth is, like, now we have to be like, how do we... Would that be Zonya's? Ooh. So it's just Alfire being outplayed. Alfari actually initiated. He just miscalculated. I'm not a bet the J-Sene. Although, Alfari's probably the best that there ever was, so if it's gonna be anybody, it'll be him. But... I just believed in the... Yeah, I think they should just be putting, like, Jace mid. Yeah. I like Jace coming out of mid but more than I like him out of top. I really liked Pawn. Pawn's Jace. I really think the way his, like, yeah. I can understand why what somebody would want to lane with him. But I honestly think he's probably better in the mid lane than Syndra is in this game. We're also getting gold swing on the Baron. We're sort of reaching the point where, like, a lot of people are going to be... Like, there's a lull in the way gold works because of how item slot fill up. If you look on the bottom, you can actually see that most of the item slots are actually going to fill up now. So you're talking about purchases that are going to happen at, like, recipe costs. Like, you'll be able to buy one component, two component, and then have to finish the recipe cost with the third component. And depending on... Oh. Yeah, this is one of those games where it's like you look at it, and this is supposed to be GA and not... Like, you should have GA on your carry right now. You're looking at Jarvan, you're looking at Graves, you're looking at MF. Like, that's just enough physical damage out there. And then even if you complete the GA, the passive on it is still effective against the AP of BDD. Like if he blows you up, you still get the revive. Although they have been 100 to 0 people with the, like... I don't know, it's hard. I prefer GA third. He was talking about going Chain Vest, I think. And they were like, nah, Chain Vest is garbo. And Chain Vest is pretty shit. Like, I go Chain Vest, and I regret it. The only way to like go into GA. Oh, I got a little. The only way, like, yeah, you go stopwatch. You make the stopwatch play. You don't go chain vest. If you have Immortal, if you have a lifesteal build, then that it makes sense to go chain vest a little bit. That's that though. Yeah, now everybody's like rotating around the Mound Drake. This game might go long. He's actually EU Jace, not NA Jace. I forget. Or he came from EU. They still don't know. Everyone's just playing the line. So they handled mid priority. And it was a good teleport because he realized where the lines were and he was able to teleport behind his own tanks. Or JJ is out of position. There was no surviving the play for Core JJ. If they wanted to make the play they were going to make, Core JJ just had to yeet himself at a carry. They don't have very much AoE. It's a very hard call to make. Just hope you win the ensuing chaos. But conceding the play means you concede the dragon and the baron too, so I don't know. Like, it's a worth team fight engage now, right? He's open for something sneaky. Honestly, he had to play defensively on the dragon, which means he had to die for the dragon. And he dies for the dragon, they got Baron. Still better play. Oh, fuck. It's like making losing plays, but being like, we got something. Like holding on to scraps. Scaling bit by bit, because they lost all their scaling advantage now. Sorta. Like 3 Mound Drakes are sort of fucked. Like, it's so hard. Yo, Core JJ, this is the end of your, gotta. Bro. What? Okay. There we go. Okay, it was something. Yeah. I know the feeling as a support. It's like you got to make that play, and it might just like accelerate your defeat immediately. But you're like, last chance, right? Like the fight by the Mound Drake, where they're going to get like 4th Mound Drake. It's It's last chancer. That was it. And he just got chunked out by poke. Obviously, that's not where you look like as a team at this point, because you have to take a macro examination of what like really happened. I think more of it had to do with like the fact that they weren't able to play as like a full 5-man team. He's disappointed in himself, which is to be fair. Oh no, if he was carrying Flash, because he had to be carrying a Flash for that dragon fight. But yeah, I think you just absolutely have to you just gotta put on the thing that it should have been playing as a 5-man squad for a lot longer. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the effort. It was good. Yeah, I think Jace just falls off really hard late game, that he doesn't have the effective HP that he needs to be in like 5-man groups really, really well. That, and he also made a misplay with like a minion aggro. We're probably gonna see it in a second, where he like initiates onto Rascal, and Rascal just has sums and plays like the minion aggro correctly. He just plays it correctly. Like it's a bit of like, not lol, what are you doing, but you know, like you just play out your cooldowns and you're like, oh shit, like actually, yeah, snag a W. That was technically a whiff on TP. Oh wait. Eh. Eh. Whew. Oh right, he picks tactical here too. Yeah, these guys just aren't respecting the Zoe. I actually like this play. I like this play TL. I really like that gank. Yeah, this. Yeah, the top lane duel between... It's cool to watch, like, yeah. Like, the principles I yell at people about when I'm... Or not yell at people. I yell at people if I'm, like, in a 5-man pre-made in a tournament or whatever, but, like... Yell not. You just gotta be loud if you want to be heard. Everybody's talking in 5-man voice chat, but, yeah, like the principles of, you know, keep your head on for turret aggro, or not turret aggro, for minion aggro. Like, the squishier comp you play, the squishier champions you play, so Jace really doesn't have any durability in his kit. Like, all of his durability comes from itemization. Oh, that's cute. That was more wholesome than I thought. I just went to Instagram and the first post was like a girl doing squats, and I was like, I understand Instagram. like, like you got me, algorithm. And then the algorithm was actually like the reason why she squats so much is her sister's in a wheelchair and she wants her to be able to go anywhere with her. So it's like then it's her doing like piggyback rides at like sports stadiums and her like wading into the middle of like this pool in front of a waterfall to get her like sitting just right and stuff like that. And I'm like, aw, sorority. I'm like, okay, the algorithm knows exactly what I like. Family values and thick thighs. And those are associated in my mind, so. Ah, good stuff. I like the wholesome. Yeah, I don't feel so bad losing. Like with TL losing out to Genji. Yeah. Yeah, I also think that like there might be a misconception in the way Alfari drafts. Well, I love it. Is he playing on 720p like I do? I think he is. This looks pretty familiar. And there's no critters. There's no critters on the map. I had to turn them off myself. This guy's playing on like I think he's playing on like hella low settings. But he is using SmartCast, isn't he? Or is this Instacast? Yeah, he's on Instacast. Or did he alternate? That's very crazy still. Yeah. Happens that I've found annoying in the past and people are like, you take too long to recall and stuff like that, but then you end up having more like 1, 2, or 0 desk games and you're like, okay. Like if you know what side the threat is on, go to the opposite side of the turret. That was such a close game for Alfari too. Oh, I guess because like the teams had just played each other, they like rotated the games out. Oh no. Tiebreakers are weird. Forgot I was going to Stream Manager, and then it's just like, Instagram just sucks you in. I saw somebody's face from high school, and I was like, alright, this guy became conscious. Oh shit. Put this up. I'm gonna get myself a coffee. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely, lovely. What's that? Fuck you, Buffcoin. I'm gonna uninstall that shit. Buffcoin's so fucking useless. The reviews were like 50-50 straight down the line for like people who could redeem or couldn't redeem, and then I was like looking at it and I was like, you're not worth having on my computer. Like I realized how long it would take me to get it. Like, and it's not. Yeah. I remember doing it before and realizing like, oh, you have to be like on point. You have to be on point for like to get like 5 buff coins. 5 buff coins is like a dime. So if you play like a nearly perfect game, you get like 10 cents. This dress is amazing on her. That really suits her. I think she could do with a bit more jewelry. Not necessarily more jewelry, but I sort of like, I like the longer bracelet on her than the short bracelet. This girl's outfit be bland as fuck. Perfectly serviceable outfit, but very bland. Gen G. Jersey. Because it's so like reductive, I would honestly get one without the logos and I'd actually think it was fire. Puma logo doesn't look bad. Neither does the Mercedes Benz. The monster should be black and white though. Or what would be opposite? Purple. Purple would actually look fire. The green doesn't look very good. The orange is okay. Orange always looks good on black. So. I'm almost interested in knowing what he has to say, but even with the interview process, the way it works is she says something, he translates that something, he then replies, and then she translates it back. So like half the time, it's like you don't even have to be listening, because half the conversation has to happen in Korean. You also lose a lot of fun in the interview process because like the person who's translating wants to be as unbiased as possible, which means like they also have to like not have a personality. Coffee time. Here we go. Oh. All right. I'm actually a big Mad Lions fan, so I actually want them to pull through. I actually think they can pull through. Yeah, nobody wants Ash this tournament. Nobody will pick Ash into MF. Honestly, they can pick like any AD assassin. The only AD assassin that's not particularly good against MF would be like Kiana. But once you get inside of a jungle, I think even Kiana has the advantage. But she has like a pickup and knock into wall thing. It's chilly now. I stepped outside because I think going outside is important, but it is no longer appropriate to just wear a shirt outside. I got a jacket up. All right. We're going through a second set of bans. Okay. J4 ban. Red side has a draft advantage on the second. Okay. I had a misunderstanding of where the second part of the draft began and ended. I wonder if this is the way it works in Clash now. Because I didn't play Clash the last couple of weekends. Okay. Yeah, they're just targeting jungle on right hand side. They're probably going to continue to target top. What would be the next top lane ban? Jeez, yeah. Okay. I'm down for their comp. I thought Kennen was going to come out of the woodwork. I actually thought Kennen would have priority over Jace. I thought Kennen in a game, and I really like his engage. Yeah, it's one of the strongest teleports. Because of how quickly he lays down CC on multiple people, he can still be like a squishy damage dealer and perform a teleport gank. Because it starts with like enough CC. There's this Kiana pick. I knew Kiana was going to be picked into MF2 when I was thinking about it more and more. Yeah. Leona has priority. I actually like... See, the thing is, even though, like, Mad Lions didn't play the tournament priority, like, snag MF first pick, Wait, is this a bug? Do I just not yet? Is this a bug? It's not a bug. They were just allowed to swap because... Wait, what? It's definitely a bug. Who do they... Oh, it's Rise. Okay. Thanks, production team. Okay. Rise into LeBlanc. Alright, I'm down. The pandemic hair. So much pandemic hair. The coach doesn't even have pandemic hair. That hair was started like 5-6 years ago. Probably. That's crazy. Probably more than 6 years. That's conservative. Jeez. Oh. Wombo combo versus pick comp. Even the pick comp isn't like completely like lacking AoE. I think they have the priority in jungle fights. But I don't know. MF ulti's been winning so many fights. The truth is that you don't even place her in the jungle path that you're fighting in. You place her like in an adjacent one to try to keep her safe, right? Because the range on our ulti is like more than most people's blinks. So you're trying to like use like the last third of the ulti to like deal damage to people at like widest part. Let's go. I love it. I need a spectator client. I would much prefer to have champion names like I do in my client. Now we just vibing. So Karzu's doing something that I really like to do low level when I'm playing Ezreal, is that you harass enemy champions with your auto attacks and then you use your Q to farm. The reason why this is a really reliable laning phase for Ezreal when you use his spells on minions instead of champions is that you never drop your passive. So after the first couple of spell casts, every spell cast that you land gives you 10% attack speed, scaling up to 50. Which is pretty massive, level 1 and 2. So even though he was very likely to land the Q onto Leona in the trade, he decided not to and landed it on the minion instead. Because he had already landed autos, and he was like, well, if I continue to stack my passive, then I continue to have control of the lane. So that was a super conservative decision, though. I would have queued that Leona. But yeah, it's also one of these things where you sort of want to line people up, right? There's also, yeah, I was thinking about how to do like a skill shot guide, like how to land skill shots as Ezreal. A super complicated mathematical deduction. Oh, rip. Okay, so I don't know, man. Kennen's just dangerous. They're just not used to playing in the Kennen. Kennen just pops stun, right? Just pops stun on 2. Yeah, proper. Yeah, Rise teleport is strong as fuck, even at level 3. If someone tower dies your homie and you're level 3 Rise, you can punch that hard. Oof. Yeah, B? No. LNG's taken over. Oh, the guy's handing out flyers. There's someone talking really loudly on their phone going down my street. Rip. Okay. That's not good because, well, Leon's not level 6 yet. He's one of the best people to dive, though. Honestly, if I hit level 5 on Leona, I'd be able to dive Ezreal. Especially with Flash. Flash, EQ. You pop W right before a turret shot hits you. Try to use E to follow Ezreal E. You have Ignite, too. They have no teleports on the other side, too, so this game is pretty easy. Like, they're gonna have teleport advantage on mid soon. Rides with teleport advantage, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, just a little bit off to the side. This game isn't really lost. Like, there aren't real item advantages. I'm just hoping they aren't reaching mental boom right now. Like, I call it mental shatter myself, but... Like, they have home court advantage, so... You think they'll be able to, like, calm down, chill? Like, they're in the same seats where they've done this all the time, so... This is where they won their title. I don't think their comp, like, plays poorly into the enemy comp. I actually like it. The top matchup is somewhat of a mistake. That is a counter matchup. Like, Kennen does counter Gnar. And the reason why that is because Gnar has that range form. Gives up scaling magic resist as a champion. But he's particularly good against, like, melee AD matchups. Which is a whole lot of the meta top lane. We're friends. Good Kennens have always been super deadly. I much prefer Kennen to Jace because of his AoE CC. He operates TP way better late game. And it might as well be late game for this Kennen now. Oh boy. I don't think he gets away, even if he doesn't use the animation, so. Is he carrying flash? Nah, he's not carrying flash. Oh, there. Oh. Jukes. Nice. I like it. I like it. Remember, we like our comp. Remember, we draft with a brain. It looks like a heart. A little Viego fog. So cute. What? Why didn't you just press B? Everyone's leaving you alone. They didn't know where the fuck you were. You could just press B. Bro. Sometimes you just press B and it works. Sometimes I'm waiting to make a decision and I press B and I'm like, I'm just waiting for like enemy information and it doesn't show up and they don't find me and I get it back. It's just about hedging your bets. If you're gonna stand still, you might as well be on B. Sometimes. Nice. Oh, not nice. Rip. Oh no. Fuck, bro. Oh no. Oh no. The people with the movement speed buffs always should have an advantage in the matchup with like skill shots versus juking, but oh my god. Watching MF just like destroy Ezreal was sad. So sad. I gotta fix my posture. I've lost duels the same way. I'm heartbroken. You should have known that MIA though. He survived though. Honestly, I think humanoids like never tilted. I think humanoid's pretty untiltable. I don't know the Chinese players enough. Armit looked like he was about to throw up. I'm thankful that in all the years of Pro League of Legends I've watched, no one's ever thrown up on stage. I am so extremely thankful. Or pooped themselves. Advantages we have on the FGC. And we have Axe as a sponsor now. The community's not smelly no more. The community was never too smelly. I think internet cafes were like a little dank. TBH. But generally they were okay. They had to be well ventilated, right? I wonder if the FGC is like... I would actually go to an FGC event. I probably would enjoy it. Because the ones I went to before were smelly. Okay. Honestly, I'm pretty excited to watch these champions like come together at level 11 to have a team fight. I'm really interested to see if they can like reach MF. Small chunks. It's an okay trade. Humanoid just going for it. I like it. They got him. It was good. I honestly respect Tarzan so much as a jungler, though. It's hard for me to imagine Aloya outplaying and outsmiting Tarzan, but I think Kiana does sort of have priority on Pitts. Like, I do think the draft is better. It's just Tarzan's a destructive jungler. Destructive skills, right? So, we'll see, though. My fights be even. Yeah, turn up the vibes a bit. So, the way Mad Lions want to play this, they want Kaiser on like a double CC chain. So they want him to use W on someone before they realize they're being initiated on, just like they did with against Tarzan. The thing was, Tarzan's just like the beefiest member of the team, right? Like Leon is fairly beefy too because of her W. So, but those are two champions you do not want to focus on the enemy team. Getting rid of Tarzan would be more optimal, but I don't think they have the capability, even if they like. Yeah, they don't have Ignite either. And he has like a healing kit. They're just not running Ignite. Like they got good chunks out of like support, but support's running tier 2 boots. It's 10 seconds from Dragon. He's like a 15 second, 20 second roam, something like that. So he's gonna be back in position when Dragon spawns. Like if they were right on top of it right now, they probably could have picked up this Dragon. They're late on the spawn though. And they're not willing to sacrifice mid priority to which is sort of fair. They're getting close to second item on LeBlanc. So it sort of makes sense for them to. I actually love the ultimate cooldown on the left hand side. I love it on Ezreal. I love it on LeBlanc. It's pretty good on Kiana. One of the reasons why it's like this inverse strategy of like what people think about cooldown reduction with like really high level abilities. It's like the lower a cooldown ability is, the more valuable it is to get cooldown reduction on it, because you can make sure you get more rotations of the spells in. Or like if you put cooldown reduction on a high cooldown, like a 30 second, say you have like 10% cooldown and an ability is 30 seconds long, so it goes from 30 to 27 seconds. You have to be in a 27-second fight for that to be effective. Where if you have a 3-second ability and then you get 10% cooldown reduction, it is literally 1/10 of the actual cooldown reduction. But then you have to realize you only have to wait 2.7 seconds to get the second spell in. So you're obviously going to use that second spell. And you only have to wait 5.4 seconds to get the third spell in. Probably 5.5 because we aren't robots, right? But you know what I'm saying. Do you understand? This is honestly just a game where if they drafted the secondary tree properly and they take the magic damage shield, they just do like pretty fine. Like you're probably just going to use the magic damage shield one way or another just because there's like random bits of like magic damage on the kit. Yeah, Karzi's using Divine Sunder right now, which is fine. He's just going Yeah, this is a good comp to run like Gathering Storm. Is it called Nullifying Orb? I think it's Nullifying Orb. The secondaries. Because you honestly want to get, like, bursty with these champions. Is he still carrying ultimate? He didn't use Gnar ultimate this whole time. Oh, there it is. It was a good attempt. It's too bad they had vision. They had vision control of, that's made a little spill. Of the, middle brush. I'm talking with my hands. Sponge will do. Ooh, ASMR. Wow. They found the Baron pen, huh? I don't know who got Baron. LNG got Baron. They're gonna be able to siege and die bot. Woo! Go crazy. Alright, not so bad. So MF's the only one left with Baron. The sponge is not working. There we go. That's better. I didn't want something disposable right away, but I could not find a rag. This could use them. It's hot liquid. Oh wow, they're securing first dragon for themselves. Might twink it. Wait. That was a little late. Now my whole desk is gonna smell like my delicious coffee, which I don't mind. Nice pick. Yo, I'm proud. I'm proud of how the West has been represented. I'm good. Keep going, boys. Like, PL had some bad recalls, but, you know. Nothing that can't be solved for next year. My desk now smells like coffee and I love it. And it's clean. Sorta. There wasn't very much cream in my coffee, so. I might need to wipe it down with something else, but... Alright. Baron buff is gone. And Hib's still up. You know what? I'm happy. Like I am. This is good. I'm vibing. We're at the point, like, there's going to be a lull in gold soon. Like, if you look at MF, like, MF can't get more items right now. He's a full item ahead of Ezreal, but that's what 50 CS will do. It's the right 50 CS. And Canon Gold scales with time now, so... Or, it's always scaled with time. I don't know when, like... I gotta take a look at, like, how map gold scales, because I noticed that, I know casters don't go up, like, at the same point that cannons do. Just always 14 gold. I have to double check, yeah. This guy's still popping at 14 gold at 30 minutes. Casters don't scale gold anymore. Huh. I gotta read patch notes. I'm gonna go on the wiki and read the wiki like homework. I know the map. Well, they're gonna change the whole map soon enough anyway, so. Gain 2 new dragons, and I don't even know what the fuck they do. I'll worry about this shit later. Just want to enjoy worlds. They should just hold all patch notes. The bounce team should just have like a vacation. Time to watch worlds. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Or like working overtime. Oh, Armit, no. Armit, no. Okay. It begins. Da, 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 da. I like it. Armit, continue. Armit, believe. I believe. I believe. Baron's alive. You're played by Karzi. Oh no, humanoid, dedicate to your flank. You're good. You got him. Oof. Hold. Humanoid on the top split now. Oh no. They dropped the dragon priority. MF is here too. Oh, wait, no. I have a spot. I have a spot with Viego. Dropping the 4th dragon was a big mistake. Yeah. They should have just... Flank wasn't the worst idea, but how hard is it? Not that hard to pick MF right now. Like, she's high level, but... I'm assuming Karzi is 16 too. That's too bad. Yeah, the Baron's still a possibility. Isn't quite over yet. Yeah. Yep. They're just playing Baron priority. Like, honestly, the Cloud Drakes, they help, but when everybody's ultimate is up, like right now, there aren't going to be two ultimates inside of a fight. Once they start fighting, I don't think the Cloud Drake helps very much. They almost got that person on the recall. Bro, the Bloodthirster is so strong. Bloodthirster third item is pretty legitimate. Okay. Good though. Everything's quiet. LNG can't seem to close. I don't know. Like, to be honest, they had Baron on MF like maybe 15 minutes ago or something. It was a relatively early Baron. And like and if they played for bot, they'd have dragon priority all the time. So they might not have bled to dragon in between. But like their ability to close is actually like pretty sus right now. Like if they expect the Cloud Drake to be the big difference in between the two teams in terms of a team fight, like not gonna happen. Like yeah, I think Leon's a little bit more effective inside of a late game team fight than Rakan, but otherwise,